Have you ever truly thought about what you would do if you suddenly experienced a heart attack while completely alone? It's a sobering and unsettling question, but for many people, especially older adults, it's an all-too-real possibility. Heart attacks can strike without any warning, and in those first critical minutes, what you choose to do or fail to do can be the difference between life and death. The reality is, millions of individuals live alone or spend a considerable amount of time by themselves. In such situations, being prepared and knowing exactly how to respond in those urgent first moments is absolutely essential. The encouraging news is that even without anyone around and without medical training or special equipment, there are clear, practical steps you can take that could significantly improve your chances of survival. In today's video, we will walk you through 7 vital actions to take immediately when you suspect a heart attack might be starting. These steps are simple, easy to remember, and specifically tailored for older adults who may be at greater risk and may not always have immediate access to help. Our goal is to equip you with clear, life-saving knowledge, how to recognize the early warning signs, what immediate actions to prioritize, and which small but powerful measures can buy you the critical time needed until emergency responders arrive. This isn't about instilling fear, it's about giving you control. By the end of this video, you'll feel more confident in your ability to remain calm, act quickly, and respond wisely in a medical emergency. And don't miss the final tips we share, they're often underestimated, but they could make all the difference. So let's get started. Let's give you the tools to take charge of your health even when you're on your own. Step 1. Recognize the warning signs early. The first and arguably most crucial step in surviving a heart attack when you're alone is to recognize the warning signs as early as possible. Contrary to popular depictions in movies or television, heart attacks do not always begin with sudden, intense chest pain. Especially among older adults, the symptoms can be far more subtle, vague, or even misleading, often resembling common ailments such as indigestion, fatigue, or anxiety. Being able to accurately identify these signs is your first and most important line of defense. Pay close attention to any discomfort in the center of your chest. This may feel like a heavy squeezing or tightening pressure, almost as if something is weighing down on you. It might also feel like fullness building up slowly. This sensation may come and go, which makes it tempting to dismiss as nothing serious. However, if the discomfort lasts for more than a few minutes or keeps returning, you must take it seriously. Another major warning sign is shortness of breath, even in the absence of chest pain, as if you've just exerted yourself despite being at rest. Additionally, be aware of pain or discomfort radiating to other parts of your body, such as one or both arms, your shoulders, neck, jaw, or back. These secondary symptoms are often overlooked but can be just as telling. Other common warning signs, particularly among older adults and women, include unexplained lightheadedness, nausea, breaking out into a cold sweat, sudden dizziness, or even a vague sense of unease or impending doom. To put this into perspective, consider the case of Margaret, an 80-year-old retiree. One quiet evening, while reading at home, she noticed a strange pressure in her upper back and mild shortness of breath. At first, she dismissed it as a minor ache or perhaps fatigue. But then she started sweating, despite the room being cool. That's when she remembered hearing that heart attack symptoms in women are often atypical. Acting on that instinct, she called for help immediately, and doing so, saved her own life. The takeaway: your body often whispers before it screams. Don't wait for a dramatic or unmistakable symptom to take action. If you notice even a combination of mild chest discomfort, difficulty breathing, or an unusual level of fatigue, stop everything. Listen to your body. Don't chalk it up to aging, stress, or overexertion. Early recognition offers you the precious time you need to act, in that time can make all the difference. Step 2. Call 911 without delay. If you suspect that you're experiencing a heart attack, your next action must be immediate and unwavering. Call 911 without hesitation. This is not the time to wait and see if the symptoms pass. It's not the moment to second-guess yourself or downplay what you're feeling. And above all, do not attempt to drive yourself to the hospital. During a heart attack, time is of the essence. Every passing minute without adequate oxygen increases the damage to your heart muscle dramatically raising the risk of permanent harm or death. Calling 911 ensures that help is on the way. Help that includes trained emergency responders, equipped with the tools and medications needed to stabilize your condition. In many cases, paramedics can begin treatment before you even reach the hospital, including administering oxygen, pain relief, or medications to restore blood flow. Should your condition suddenly worsen or your heart stop en route, they are prepared to act instantly. Driving yourself to the hospital is extremely dangerous. A heart attack can escalate quickly, leading to loss of consciousness, putting not only your life at risk, but potentially endangering others on the road. Furthermore, when you arrive by ambulance, hospitals often prioritize your care, ensuring you are seen and treated more rapidly than if you arrived on your own. Take, for example, the story of Henry, a 75-year-old widower. One afternoon, he began feeling a dull ache in his chest, accompanied by nausea. He hesitated, worried he might be overreacting or wasting someone's time. But then he recalled something a friend once told him. When in doubt, call 911. It's better to be safe than sorry. He made the call, and within minutes, paramedics arrived. As they assessed him, his symptoms worsened dramatically. Their quick, professional intervention likely prevented a full cardiac arrest. It's important to remember that 911 dispatchers are trained to handle uncertain situations with care and professionalism. Even if your symptoms turn out to be unrelated to a heart attack, no one will fault you for taking action. In fact, emergency services would rather respond to a false alarm than arrive too late to save a life. If you live alone, always keep your phone within easy reach, whether that's in your pocket, next to your bed, or nearby while relaxing. Many modern smartphones have emergency call features accessible even when the device is locked. Take a few moments to learn how yours works. If you are unable to speak clearly due to shortness of breath or pain, do not hang up. Stay on the line. Dispatchers can often trace your location and send help, even if you're unable to communicate fully. In the event of a heart attack, decisive action is your best chance at survival. Don't let fear, pride, or uncertainty delay that critical call. Your life may depend on it. Step 3. Chew an aspirin carefully. Once you've called 911, the next step is simple, but potentially life-saving. Chew 325 milligrams aspirin if it's available and medically safe for you to take. This small action can have a significant impact on your outcome during a heart attack, but it's important to do it correctly. First, do not swallow the aspirin whole. Instead, chew it thoroughly before swallowing. Chewing allows the aspirin to be absorbed into your bloodstream more quickly, which is critical during a heart attack. Aspirin works by thinning the blood and helping to inhibit platelets, which reduces the formation or growth of blood clots in the coronary arteries, the underlying cause of most heart attacks. By slowing the blockage, aspirin can help restore some blood flow and minimize damage to the heart muscle while you wait for emergency help to arrive. That said, aspirin is not for everyone. Before relying on it in an emergency, consult with your doctor, especially if you have a known aspirin allergy, a bleeding disorder, or take anticoagulant medications like warfarin or other blood thinners. Your physician can advise you in advance whether aspirin is a safe part of your emergency response plan. When choosing an aspirin, opt for the uncoated variety if possible, as it absorbs faster. If only coated aspirin is available, chew it anyway. The benefit still outweighs the delay. Ideally, avoid taking aspirin on an empty stomach to reduce the risk of irritation. But in a heart attack situation, this minor concern is outweighed by the potential life-saving benefits. Take the example of John, a 70-year-old retired teacher. One afternoon, while tending to his garden, he began feeling chest tightness and shortness of breath. Recognizing the signs, he immediately called 911. Then, remembering his doctor's previous advice, he retrieved a bottle of aspirin from his kitchen and chewed one tablet. Later, his cardiologist confirmed that this simple step likely reduced the extent of damage to his heart. Make it a habit to keep aspirin easily accessible in areas where you spend most of your time: your nightstand, kitchen drawer, handbag, or even your car. Also, check the expiration date regularly to ensure it's still effective when needed. In the midst of a heart attack, every second counts. Chewing aspirin promptly after calling for help could buy you crucial time and limit the severity of heart damage. It's a small, science-backed step with the power to change the outcome. Step 4. Sit or lie down to rest your heart. After calling 911 and taking aspirin, your immediate goal should be to reduce the strain on your heart. This means stopping all physical activity and placing yourself in a position that allows your body to rest and recover while you wait for medical assistance. Any unnecessary movement, no matter how minor, can increase your heart's oxygen demand, which can further aggravate the situation and potentially worsen the damage being done. Find a comfortable and supported position to rest. If you are able, sit upright in a chair with your back well supported and your feet flat on the floor. Let your arms rest naturally at your sides or on the armrests. This posture helps reduce the workload on your heart and encourages steady breathing. If you feel lightheaded or faint, consider lying down on your side with your head slightly elevated, using a cushion or folded towel to improve blood flow and keep your airway open. Avoid the temptation to power through the discomfort or finish whatever task you are doing. This mindset can be dangerous during a heart attack. Resting is not a sign of weakness. It's an intentional and vital action that allows your body to prioritize circulation and oxygen delivery where it's needed most. This approach is especially important for older adults. As we age, the heart's ability to handle stress and recover from exertion diminishes. Even mild physical activity can have a disproportionately negative impact during a cardiac event. Consider the experience of Alice, an 82-year-old who was preparing a meal when she suddenly felt chest pressure and shortness of breath. Her initial reaction was to finish what she was doing, but she paused and remembered her cardiologist's advice. If it feels like your heart, stop everything. She turned off the stove and carefully made her way to the armchair in her living room. There, she sat back, placed her feet flat, and focused on taking slow, steady breaths. By staying calm and still, she avoided further taxing her heart and remained stable until paramedics arrived. If you happen to be in an awkward or unsafe location, such as standing in the kitchen or walking outdoors, move only as far as necessary to get to a safer, more supportive spot. Take your time. Once there, adopt a posture that makes breathing easier and helps your heart work as efficiently as possible. Step 5. Unlock your door for paramedics. Once you've called 911, and if you're physically able, take a crucial step that often goes overlooked. Unlock your front door. It may seem minor in the moment, but this simple action can save valuable time and ensure paramedics reach you without unnecessary delays. Every second counts during a heart attack, and the time it takes emergency personnel to break down a locked door. Locate someone with a key could mean the difference between life and death. If you're close to the door and feel steady enough to walk safely, take slow, deliberate steps to unlock it. Don't rush or push yourself beyond what feels safe. Your stability and safety remain the top priority. If getting to the door feels too risky or you're experiencing lightheadedness, remain where you are and focus on staying calm and breathing steadily. Dispatchers can often inform paramedics that access may be delayed, and emergency crews are trained to handle such situations when necessary. Take, for example, Elizabeth, a 77-year-old woman who experienced sudden chest pain one afternoon while at home. After calling emergency services, she realized her apartment door was locked. Though she felt unwell, she was close enough and stable enough to unlock it before returning to her chair to rest. When paramedics arrived minutes later, they were able to enter without delay and immediately begin life-saving interventions. Her quick thinking and preparation helped facilitate a rapid response. Planning ahead can make this step even easier during a crisis. If you live alone or have limited mobility, consider practical preparations. 1. Make sure your house number is clearly visible from the street, especially at night. 2. Keep a spare key with a trusted neighbor, family member, or building manager. 3. Install a secure lockbox near your door and provide the code to emergency services or someone reliable. And last, if you use a smart lock, familiarize yourself with how to unlock it quickly in an emergency. These thoughtful precautions are particularly helpful for older adults, ensuring that emergency responders can access your home swiftly and begin treatment without delay. In a medical emergency, it's often the small decisions made in advance or in the moment that have the biggest impact. Unlocking your door when possible is a simple, proactive step that could help save your life. Step 6. Use your phone's emergency features. Your smartphone is more than just a communication device. It can become a vital tool in a life-threatening emergency, such as a heart attack. After calling 911, switch your phone to speaker mode. This allows you to speak with the dispatcher, hands-free, which helps minimize physical strain and allows you to concentrate on staying calm and controlling your breathing. Even if you become too weak to respond verbally, dispatchers can pick up on auditory cues such as labored breathing or ambient noise that can inform them of your condition. Another highly beneficial feature is your phone's built-in medical ID or emergency information profile. Found on both iPhone and Android devices, this feature enables you to store essential health data such as your age, medical conditions, allergies, medications, and emergency contacts which first responders can access directly from your lock screen. In situations where you might be unconscious or unable to speak, this information can be life-saving. Consider the case of Robert, a 78-year-old man with a history of heart disease and a known allergy to a common cardiac medication. When he collapsed, just minutes before paramedics arrived, they accessed his medical ID and immediately identified his condition and allergy profile. This allowed them to modify their treatment protocol on the spot, avoiding a potentially fatal reaction and ensuring he received the most appropriate care without delay. Setting up your phone's emergency information takes only a few minutes, yet it can make all the difference in a critical moment. Include your full name, birth date, known medical conditions, any medications you're currently taking, allergies, and up-to-date emergency contact details. Be sure to keep this information current and double-check that it is accessible from the lock screen. For seniors or anyone living alone, these digital features provide a simple yet powerful way to communicate crucial health information when you might not be able to do so yourself. In the event of a heart attack, where every second is precious, your smartphone can silently speak for you, ensuring paramedics have the knowledge they need to act quickly and effectively. Step 7. Slow your breathing to stay calm. In the midst of a heart attack, fear and panic are natural responses, but they can also accelerate your symptoms. Anxiety increases your heart rate, elevates blood pressure, and places additional stress on your cardiovascular system, exactly what you want to avoid in such a critical moment. That's why consciously slowing your breathing is one of the most powerful actions you can take to help stabilize your body until medical help arrives. Controlled breathing helps calm your nervous system, reduces the likelihood of dangerous arrhythmias triggered by stress, and conserves precious oxygen, something particularly important for older adults, whose cardiovascular and respiratory systems may already be less resilient. A simple yet effective breathing technique involves inhaling slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, holding your breath briefly, then exhaling gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this cycle continuously, focusing on the rhythm and sensation of your breath. This method doesn't stop a heart attack, but it can significantly reduce panic, improve mental clarity, and lower your heart's demand for oxygen. Consider Frank, an 84-year-old retiree who experienced sudden chest pain while watching television. Remembering advice from his cardiologist, he sat down, closed his eyes, and focused on slow, measured breathing. By keeping calm, he avoided a dangerous spike in heart rate and stayed alert and stable until paramedics arrived. To prepare for such emergencies, practice this breathing technique daily during calm moments, while reading, resting, or even during light stress. Making it a habit ensures that in an actual emergency, you'll be able to draw on it instinctively. In a situation where every heartbeat matters, your breath becomes more than a physical function. It becomes your anchor, a tool of survival. Final thoughts. Surviving a heart attack while alone isn't merely a matter of luck, it's the result of being prepared, informed, and able to act with confidence. The 7 steps we've discussed: recognizing the early warning signs, calling 911 without hesitation, chewing aspirin, resting to protect your heart, unlocking your door for emergency responders, utilizing your phone's emergency features, and slowing your breathing to remain calm create a powerful action plan that could truly save your life. Each step is simple, yet profoundly effective, especially for seniors who may live alone or spend long stretches of time without assistance. These aren't just emergency tips, they're empowering habits that place control back in your hands, even in a vulnerable moment. Take a moment to reflect. Which step stood out to you the most? Was it the importance of preparing your medical ID on your phone, or perhaps the need to keep aspirin within easy reach? Whichever it may be, make it your priority today. Better yet, share this information with someone you care about. These small, proactive steps don't just benefit you, they can create a ripple effect of preparedness that may protect others, too. In addition to these emergency actions, consider adopting long-term heart-healthy habits. Schedule regular checkups with your healthcare provider. Maintain a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. And engage in light daily exercise, such as walking or stretching. These simple lifestyle choices significantly reduce your risk and contribute to your overall well-being and longevity. We'd love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway? Which of these life-saving strategies will you start using today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice helps shape a stronger, more informed community. If you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Together, we can spread awareness and potentially save lives. Thank you for spending your time with us. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.